Now that you've created your Google form or your Google form as quiz, you probably want to share it with your respondents. And this is probably the hardest part of Google Forms because it doesn't look like the rest of the Google products. If you notice in the top right-hand corner, there's no share button. You have a send button and you have three dots. So let me explain how you would use them. If you click on the three dots, you'll see that there is a link for add collaborators. You would use this to add people who would be able to edit your Google form. So someone you would want to collaborate with or have work on the form with you. Unfortunately, many people, the first time they share a form, use that particular link. And what that does is allow your respondents to edit your form, which is not the desired outcome. So to send your form to your respondents, you want to click the send button. And you have many options. And the first one is email, and that's the default. So you go ahead and you type in the address that you want, and then you can have a subject and you can personalize a message, and you can even add the form right in the email so your respondents do not have to click and go to a new tab in order for them to fill out the form. However, you do have to add each individual email address manually. So I tend not to use this unless I can use it to a large audience like CCHS News. The next option is a link. So you can copy this link and you can link it to text or put it itself in a document, a slide, or in an email itself. And I tend to use this one often. And then the last option is to embed. So if you would, for some reason, want to put your form in a website, then this would be where you would get the code that would allow you to do that. But probably by far for your students, the easiest way for you to share a form is through Google Classroom. And let me show you how you do that. If you click Create, Google gives you the normal assignment that you're used to, and they have this new quiz assignment. I'm not as big a fan of that because when you use the quiz assignment, it assumes you haven't already had a quiz created that you wanted to use. It creates a blank one, and it puts it in your Google Classroom folder for that class. So it kind of loses visibility for you from your own structure. So I don't love that one, but if that sounds like a good thing to you, then please feel free to use it. I like the create assignment, and of course you title it and you can add your instructions and then you can click add. And I like to use, you could use the link if you wanted to. I like to use the Google Drive option where I can find what I'm looking for either through my recents or through my drive. I happen to know that the one I want is called Test Form Quiz. So I'm going to search for that, and here it is, and I'm going to add it. Notice that now that it's added, it has automatically turned on something called grade importing, which means that if I've changed this into a quiz, it will automatically send the grade that the student earned on this quiz to my Google Classroom grade area, which can be great. However, obviously, if you're just using your Google form for feedback and not as a quiz, you would want to turn that off if it was for some reason turned on. Also notice that when this is on, your form automatically will only allow one response for each user. It automatically collects their email address, and it restricts responses to only our domain.